If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. These are the opening lines from The Soldier, one of the last sonnets written by Rupert Brooke, who had the name of a poet, the look of a poet, who lived like a poet and died too young in the First World War in 1915, touching the hearts of his countrymen, including his great admirer, Winston Churchill. His poetry lives on for all of us today. The Hill. Breathless we flung us on the windy hill, laughed in the sun and kissed the lovely grass. You said, through glory and ecstasy we pass. Wind, sun, and earth remain, the birds sing still when we are old, are old. And when we die, all's over that is ours, and life burns on through other lovers, other lips. Said I, heart of my heart, our heaven is now, is won. We are earth's best that learnt her lesson here. Life is our cry. We have kept the faith, we said. We shall go down with unreluctant tread, rose-crowned into the darkness. Proud we were and laughed that had such brave, true things to say. And then you suddenly cried and turned away. These hearts were woven of human joys and cares, washed marvelously with sorrow, swift to mirth. The years had given them kindness, dawn was theirs, and sunset, and the colours of the earth. These had seen movement and heard music, known slumber and waking, loved, gone proudly friended, felt the quick stir of wonder, sat alone, touched flowers and furs and cheeks. All this is ended. There are waters blown by changing winds to laughter and lit by the rich skies all day. And after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance and wandering loveliness. He leaves a white unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. I said I splendidly loved you. It's not true. Such long, swift tides stir not a landlocked sea. On gods or fools the high risk falls on you. The clean, clear, bittersweet, that's not for me. Love soars from earth to ecstasies unwist. Love is flung Lucifer-like from heaven to hell. But there are wanderers in the middle mist, who cry for shadows, clutch, and cannot tell whether they love at all, or loving whom. An old song's lady, a fool in fancied dress, or phantoms, or their own face on the gloom, for love of love, or from heart's loneliness. Pleasure's not theirs, nor pain. They doubt and sigh, and do not love at all. Of these am I. Safe in the magic of my woods I lay, and watched the dying light, faint in the pale high solitudes, and washed with rain, and veiled by night. Silver and blue and green were showing, and the dark woods grew darker still, and birds were hushed, and peace was growing, and quietness crept up the hill, and no wind was blowing. And I knew that this was the hour of knowing, and the night and the woods and you were one together, and I should find soon in the silence the hidden key of all that had hurt and puzzled me, why you were you, and the night was kind, and the woods were part of the heart of me. And there I waited breathlessly alone, and slowly the holy three, The three that I loved together grew one in the hour of knowing, night and the woods and you. And suddenly there was an uproar in my woods, the noise of a fool in mock distress, crashing and laughing and blindly going, of ignorant feet and a swishing dress, and a voice profaning the solitudes. The spell was broken, the key denied me, and at length your flat, clear voice beside me mouthed cheerful, clear, flat platitudes. You came and quacked beside me in the wood. You said, the view from here is very good. You said, it's nice to be alone a bit, and how the days are drawing out, you said. You said, the sunset's pretty, isn't it? By God, I wish that you were dead. A Channel Passage. The damned ship lurched and slivered. Quiet and quick my coal gorge rose. The long sea rolled. I knew I must think hard of something or be sick, and could think hard of only one thing, you. You alone could hold my fancy ever, and with you memories come, sharp pain and dole. Now there's a choice, heartache or tortured liver, a seasick body or a you-sick soul. Do I forget you? Retchings twist and tie me. Old meat, good meals, brown gobbets up I throw. Do I remember? Acrid return and slimy, the sobs and slobber of a last year's woe, and still the sick ship rolls. 'Tis hard, I tell ye, to choose twixt love and nausea, heart and belly. Jealousy. When I see you, who were so wise and cool, gazing with silly sickness on that fool you've given your love to, your adoring hands touch his so intimately that each understands, I know most hidden things. And when I know your holiest dreams yield to the stupid bow of his red lips, and that the empty grace of those strong legs and arms, that rosy face, has beaten your heart to such a flame of love that you have given him every touch and move, wrinkle and secret of you, all your life. Oh, then I know I'm waiting, lover, wife, for the great time when love is at a close, and all its fruits, to watch the thickening nose, the sweaty neck, and dulling face and eye, that are yours and you most surely till you die. Day after day you'll sit with him and note the greasier tie, the dingy, wrinkling coat, as prettiness turns to pomp, and strength to fat, and love to habit. And after that, when all that's fine in man is at an end, and you that loved young life and clean must tend a foul, sick, fumbling, drimpling body and old, when his rare lips hang flabby and can't hold slobber, and you're enduring that worst thing, senility's queasy, furtive love-making, and searching those dear eyes for human meaning, propping the bald and helpless head, and cleaning a scrap that life's flung by and love's forgotten, then you'll be tired, and passion dead and rotten, and he'll be dirty. Oh, lithe and free and light-foot, that the poor heart cries to see. That's how I'll see your man and you. But you, oh, when that time comes, you'll be dirty too. I'd watched the sorrow of the evening sky, and smelt the sea and earth and the warm clover, and heard the waves and the seagulls mocking cry. And in them all was only the old cry, that song they always sing, "The best is over, you may remember now, and think and sigh, oh, silly lover." And I was tired and sick that all was over, and because I, for all my thinking, never could recover one moment of the good hours that were over, and I was sorry and sick and wished to die. Then from the sad west, turning wearily, I saw the pines against the white north sky, very beautiful and still, and bending over their sharp black heads against a quiet sky. And there was peace in them, and I was happy, and forgot to play the lover, and laughed, and did no longer wish to die, being glad of you, O pine trees and the sky. There's wisdom in women. O love is fair, and love is rare. My dear one, she said, but love goes lightly over. I bowed her foolish head, and kissed her hair, and laughed at her. Such a child was she, so new to love, so true to love, and she spoke so bitterly. But there's wisdom in women, of more than they have known, and thoughts go blowing through them are wiser than their own. Or how should my dear one, being ignorant and young, have cried on love so bitterly, with so true a tongue? So light we wear, so right we wear, so fair faith shone, and the way was laid so certainly, that when I'd gone, what dumb thing looked up at you? Was it something heard, or a sudden cry, that meekly and without a word you broke the faith and strangely, weakly slipped apart? You gave in, you, the proud of heart, unbowed of heart. Was this, friend, the end of all that we could do? And have you found the best for you, the rest for you? Did you learn so suddenly, and I not by, some whispered story that stole the glory from the sky, and ended all the splendid dream, and made you go so dully from the fight we know, the light we know? Oh, faithless! The faith remains, and I must pass gay down the way and on alone. Under the grass you wait. The breeze moves in the trees and stirs and calls, and covers you with white petals, with light petals. There it shall crumble, frail and fair, under the sun. O little heart, your brittle heart, till day be done, and the shadows gather, falling light and white with dew, whisper and weep, and creep to you. Good sleep to you. The Old Vicarage, Grantchester, Café des Festen, Berlin, May 1912. Just now the lilac is in bloom, all before my little room, and in my flower beds, I think, smile the carnation and the pink. And down the borders, well I know, the poppy and the pansy blow. Oh, there the chestnuts summer through, beside the river, make for you a tunnel of green gloom, and steep deeply above. And green and deep the stream mysterious glides beneath, green as a dream and deep as death. Oh, damn, I know it, and I know how the May fields all golden show, and when the day is young and sweet, gild gloriously the bare feet that run to bathe. Du lieber Gott, here am I, sweating, sick and hot, and there the shadowed waters fresh lean up to embrace the naked flesh. Temperamentvoll German Jews drink beer around, and there the dews are soft beneath a morn of gold. Here tulips bloom as they are told. Unkempt about those hedges blows an English unofficial rose, and there the unregulated sun slopes down to rest when day is done, and wakes a vague, unpunctual star, a slippered Hesper, and there are meads towards Haslingfield and Coton, where das Bet pretends not verboten. Either Genoymain would I wear in Grantchester, in Grantchester. Some, it may be, can get in touch with nature there, or earth or such. And clever modern men have seen a fawn a-peeping through the green, and felt the classics were not dead to glimpse a naiad's reedy head, or hear the goat-foot piping low. But these are things I do not know. I only know that you may lie day long and watch the Cambridge sky, and flower-lulled in sleepy grass hear the cool lapse of hours pass, until the centuries blend and blur in Grantchester, in Grantchester. Still in the dawnlit waters cool, his ghostly lordship swims his pool, and tries the strokes, essays the tricks, long learnt on Hellespont or Styx. Dan Chaucer hears his river still chatter beneath a phantom mill. Tennyson notes with studious eye how Cambridge waters hurry by. And in that garden, black and white, creep whispers through the grass all night, and spectral dance before the dawn 100 vicars down the lawn. Curates long dust will come and go on lissom, clerical, printless toe, and oft between the boughs is seen the sly shade of a rural dean, till at a shiver in the skies, vanishing the satanic cries, the prim ecclesiastic rout leaves but a startled sleeper out. Grey heavens, the first bird's drowsy calls, the falling house that never falls. God, I will pack and take a train and get me to England once again, for England's the one land I know where men with splendid hearts may go, and Cambridgeshire of all England the shire for men who understand, and of that district I prefer the lovely hamlet Grantchester. For Cambridge people rarely smile, being urban, squat, and packed with guile, and Royston men in the far south are black and fierce and strange of mouth. At Dover they fling oaths at one, and worse than oaths at Trumpington, and Ditton girls are mean and dirty, and there's none in Harston under 30, and folks in Shelford and those parts have twisted lips and twisted hearts, and Barton men make Cockney rhymes, and Coton's full of nameless crimes, and things are done you'd not believe at Madingley on Christmas Eve. Strong men have run for miles and miles when one from Cherry Hinton smiles. Strong men have blanched and shot their wives rather than send them to St. Ives. Strong men have cried like babes bedam to hear what happened at Babraham. But Grantchester, ah, Grantchester, there's peace and holy quiet there, great clouds along Pacific skies, and men and women with straight eyes, lithe children lovelier than a dream, a bosky wood, a slumberous stream, and little kindly winds that creep round twilight corners half asleep. In Grantchester their skins are white. They bathe by day, they bathe by night. The women there do all they ought. The men observe the rules of thought. They love the good, they worship truth. They laugh uproariously in youth. And when they get to feeling old, they up and shoot themselves, I'm told. Ah, God, to see the branches stir across the moon at Grantchester, to smell the thrilling sweet and rotten, unforgettable, unforgotten river smell, and hear the breeze sobbing in the little trees, Say, do the elm clumps greatly stand, still guardians of that holy land? The chestnuts shade in reverent dream the yet unacademic stream. Is dawn a secret shy and cold, anadyomene silver gold, and sunset still a golden sea, from Hasling field to Madingley? And after, ere the night is born, do hares come out about the corn? Oh, is the water sweet and cool, gentle and brown above the pool? And laughs the immortal river still under the mill? Under the mill. Say, is there beauty yet to find, and certainty, and quiet kind? Deep meadows yet, for to forget the lies and truths and pain? Oh, yet stands the church clock at 10 to 3. And is there honey still for tea? When love has changed to kindliness. O love, our hungry lips that press so tight that time's an old god's dream nodding in heaven, and whisper stuff 7,000,000 years were not enough to think on after, make it seem less than the breath of children playing, a blasphemy scarce worth the saying, a sorry jest, when love has grown to kindliness, to kindliness. And yet the best that either's known will change and wither and be less at last than comfort or its own remembrance. And when some caress, tendered in habit, once a flame all heaven sang out to, wakes the shame unworded in the steady eyes we'll have, that day what shall we do? Being so noble, kill the two who've reached their second best? Being wise, break cleanly off and get away, follow down other windier skies, new lures, alone? Or shall we stay, since this is all we've known, content in the lean twilight of such day, and not remember, not lament, that time when all is over, and hand never flinches, brushing hand, and blood lies quiet for all you're near? And it's but spoken words we hear, where trumpets sang, when the mere skies are stranger and nobler than your eyes, and flesh is flesh, was flame before, and infinite hungers leap no more in the chance swaying of your dress, and love has changed to kindliness. Out of the nothingness of sleep, the slow dreams of eternity, there was a thunder on the deep. I came because you called to me. I broke the night's primeval bars, I dared the old abysmal curse, and flashed through ranks of frightened stars suddenly on the universe. The eternal silences were broken. Hell became heaven as I passed. What shall I give you as a token, a sign that we have met at last? I'll break and forge the stars anew, shatter the heavens with a song, immortal in my love for you, because I love you very strong. Your mouth shall mock the old and wise, your laugh shall fill the world with flame. I'll write upon the shrinking skies the scarlet splendor of your name, till heaven cracks and hell thereunder dies in her ultimate mad fire, and darkness falls with scornful thunder on dreams of men and men's desire. Then only in the empty spaces, death, walking very silently, shall fear the glory of our faces through all the dark infinity. So clothed about with perfect love, the eternal end shall find us one, alone above the night, above the dust of the dead gods, alone. Dining room tea. When you were there, and you, and you, happiness crowned the night. I too, laughing and looking one of all, I watched the quivering lamplight fall on plate and flowers and pouring tea and cup and cloth. And they and we flung all the dancing moments by with jest and glitter. Lip and eye flashed on the glory, shone and cried, improvident, unmemoried. And fitfully and like a flame, the light of laughter went and came. Proud in their careless transience, moved the changing faces that I loved. Till suddenly another wince, I looked upon your innocence. For lifted clear and still and strange, from the dark woven flow of change, under a vast and starless sky, I saw the immortal moment lie. One instant I an instant knew, as God knows all, and it and you I, above time, O blind, could see in witless immortality. I saw the marble cup, the tea hung on the air, an amber stream. I saw the fire's unglittering gleam, the painted flame, the frozen smoke. No more the flooding lamplight broke on flying eyes and lips and hair, but slept unbroken there, on stiller flesh and body breathless, and lips and laughter staid and deathless, and words on which no silence grew. Light was more alive than you. For suddenly and other whence I looked on your magnificence. I saw the stillness and the light, and you, august, immortal, white, holy and strange, and every glint, posture, and jest, and thought, and tint, freed from the mask of transiency, triumphant in eternity, emote, immortal. Dazed at length, human eyes grew, mortal strength wearied, and time began to creep. Change closed about me like a sleep. Light glinted on the eyes I loved, the cup was filled, the bodies moved, the drifting petal came to ground, the laughter chimed its perfect round, the broken syllable was ended, and I, so certain and so friended, how could I cloud or how distress the heaven of your unconsciousness, or shake a time's sufficient spell, stammering of lights unutterable, the eternal holiness of you, the timeless end you never knew, the peace that lay, the light that shone. You never knew that I had gone 1,000,000 miles away and stayed 1,000,000 years. The laughter played unbroken round me, and the jest flashed on, and we that knew the best down wonderful hours grew happier yet. I sang at heart, and talked and ate, and lived from laugh to laugh, I too, when you were there, and you, and you. Heaven. Fish fly replete in depth of June, dawdling away their watery noon, ponder deep wisdom, dark or clear, each secret fishy hope or fear. Fish say, they have their stream and pond, but is there anything beyond? This life cannot be all, they swear, for how unpleasant if it were. One may not doubt that somehow good shall come of water and of mud. And sure the reverent eye must see a purpose in liquidity. We darkly know, by faith we cry, the future is not wholly dry. Mud unto mud, death eddies near, not here the appointed end, not here, but somewhere beyond space and time is wetter water, slimier slime. And there they trust, there swimmeth one who swam ere rivers were begun, immense of fishy form and mind, squamous, omnipotent, and kind. And under that almighty fin the littlest fish may enter in. Oh, never fly conceals a hook, fish say in the eternal brook. But more than mundane weeds are there, and mud celestially fair. Fat caterpillars drift around, and paradisal grubs are found. unfading moths, immortal flies, and the worm that never dies. And in that heaven of all their wish, there shall be no more land, save fish. The Great Lover. I have been so great a lover, filled my days so proudly with the splendor of love's praise, the pain, the calm, and the astonishment, desire illimitable and still content, and all dear names men use to cheat despair for the perplexed and viewless streams that bear our hearts at random down the dark of life. Now, ere the unthinking silence on that strife steals down, I would cheat drowsy death so far, my night shall be remembered for a star that outshone all the suns of all men's days. Shall I not crown them with immortal praise whom I have loved, who have given me, dared with me high secrets, and in darkness knelt to see the inenarrable Godhead of delight? Love is a flame, we have beaconed the world's night, a city, and we have built it, these and I, an emperor, and we have taught the world to die. So for their sakes I loved ere I go hence, and the high cause of love's magnificence, and to keep loyalties young, I'll write those names golden forever, eagles, crying flames, and set them as a banner that men may know, to dare the generations burn and blow out on the wind of time, shining and streaming. These I have loved. White plates and cups, clean gleaming, ringed with blue lines, and feathery fairy dust, wet roofs beneath the lamplight, the strong crust of friendly bread, and many tasting food, rainbows, and the blue bitter smoke of wood, and radiant raindrops couching in cool flowers, and flowers themselves that sway through sunny hours, dreaming of moths that drink them under the moon. Then the cool kindliness of sheets that soon smooth away trouble, and the rough male kiss of blankets, grainy wood, live hair that is shining and free, blue massing clouds, the keen, unpassioned beauty of a great machine, the benison of hot water, furs to touch, the good smell of old clothes, and other such, the comfortable smell of friendly fingers, hair's fragrance, and the musty reek that lingers about dead leaves and last year's ferns. Dear names, and thousand other throng to me, royal flames, sweet water's dimpling laugh from tap or spring, holes in the ground, and voices that do sing, voices in laughter too, and body's pain, soon turn to peace, and the deep panting train, firm sands, the little dulling edge of foam that browns and dwindles as the wave goes home, and washen stones, gay for an hour, the cold graveness of iron, moist black earthen mould, sleep, and high places, footprints in the dew, and oaks, and brown horse chestnuts glossy new, and new peeled sticks, and shining pools on grass. All these have been my loves, and these shall pass, whatever passes not in the great hour, nor all my passion, all my prayers have power to hold them with me through the gate of death. They'll play deserter, turn with a traitor breath, break the high bond we made, and sell love's trust and sacramented covenant to the dust. Oh, never a doubt but somewhere I shall wake and give what's left of love again, and make new friends, now strangers. But the best I've known stays here, and changes, breaks, grows old, is blown about the winds of the world, and fades from brains of living men, and dies. Nothing remains. Oh dear, my loves, oh faithless, Once again this one last gift I give, that after men shall know, and later lovers far removed praise you, all these were lovely. Say, he loved. Safety. Dear, of all happy in the hour, most blessed, he who has found our hid security, assured in the dark tides of the world that rest and heard our word. Who is so safe as we? We have found safety with all things undying, the winds and morning, tears of men and mirth, the deep night, and birds singing, and clouds flying, and sleep, and freedom, and the autumnal earth. We have built a house that is not for time's throwing. We have gained a peace unshaken by pain forever. War knows no power. Safe shall be my going, secretly armed against all death's endeavor, safe though all safety's lost, safe where men fall, and if these poor limbs die, safest of all. The dead. Blow out, you bugles, over the rich dead. There's none of these so lonely and poor of old, but dying has made us rarer gifts than gold. These laid the world away, poured out the red sweet wine of youth, gave up the years to be of work and joy, and that unhoped serene that men call age. And those who would have been their sons, they gave their immortality. Blow, bugles, blow. They brought us for our dearth holiness lacked so long, and love and pain. Honor has come back as a king to earth, and paid his subjects with a royal wage, and nobleness walks in our ways again, and we have come into our heritage. The soldier. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by sons of home. And think this heart, all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less give somewhere back the thoughts by England given, her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter learnt of friends, and gentleness in hearts at peace under an English heaven.